All right, so we will start by calling the meeting to order and doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you all for coming this evening. Do we have any public comment, Bill? No? Okay. Um, the first item is the approval of our minutes from September 17th and December 17th. I don't have a copy of those, so I haven't seen my copy. Um, so I think we will.
I
I'm
did
not,
send them with the agenda.
they were in the agenda?
Yes.
Huh. Did Emily or did either of you two see them?
I wasn't at September, so I can't vote on those.
Right.
I can vote
Jack and
on
Olia
December.
could approve them.
I am looking at them. Yep, I see them now. All right. Give me just 12 seconds to take a look and
12 seconds, exactly 12 seconds. Not a moment after, ma'am.
I mean, is that an official?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually in Robert's Rules of Order. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I moved to approve these from December and from September because I was at both.
All right, let's do September 1st. So Olia moved and Jack is going to second.
Yep. So we'll just take a quick vote. Anyone opposed? All approved, so those were approved. And then there's only two of us for December, so we'll probably have to hold off on that for next time. All right.
I will put you on there, Emily, as being in attendance and take Olia off as being in attendance and absent at the same time. I
Oh,
marked
yeah.
her down as
Yeah.
present and then I marked her down
Yeah.
as absent, but I didn't put you in. So
September is generally a crazy month.
Yes.
okay, so December's were tabled.
Yes.
Okay.
Our next point of item is any comments regarding the written report that we have before us.
Way to go, Cheryl.
Yes. And I think I closed my screen that I had that. There we go.
Cheryl, do you have anything that you want to highlight?
Um,
How was Maple
Well-
Sugar?
so the patrons decided on two drawings for the building that
Yeah.
we recommended to ask George to say give the go ahead to the architect, and so he did that, and then we're waiting to see those. So that's
Okay. Thank you.
two interior and one exterior. We are going to be there's a BRBC event, Bridgeport Regional Business Council on March 20th at the Total Mortgage Arena. Did I put that in there? I did. So we're going to be there next week to represent. No, and we are actively looking for grants at the moment. So anybody have any leads, we'll send them my way. I think that's about it.
I was impressed with your annual report that you put out for your annual meeting. So
Thank you.
well done on that.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
any other comments or questions? Okay.
Would the, I know that you've been planning for next week, but would the patrons consider having information about volunteering, like corporate teams and or corporate sponsorship at the table?
At the table, yeah, we are considering having a sheet about that. Yes, that is on my list of things. I do have a
I'll
banner. I'm gonna have a banner.
connect with you offline with some rough corporate sponsorship entry points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we
Okay.
did, that doesn't show up on here, but we got a grant from Town Fair Tire, $2,500. Yeah,
Yes.
more than last year, which is nice. And in their paperwork, they specifically said that it's not, they didn't want anything in exchange. It was interesting. So, so sponsorship, I don't know, but I think it's
That's
more
great.
around the donation thing. Yeah.
When do you think the renderings will be available for us
That
to
I
review?
don't know.
Okay. No idea. Okay.
They didn't tell us that. I don't think it'll be all that long, but it's more than that. It's the cost estimates that they're working on, and that could,
That could
yeah,
fog things up. Yeah,
that God
okay.
knows. I mean, that's going to change by the minute. So I don't know. I don't know. So that's going to change things. I don't know.
Okay. And
Um,
then
yeah.
this report has a couple of minor repairs
Okay.
that were done.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. The yeah, I went in the building and there was no heat. So I texted Dimitri Paris and he was on it right away and I got that repaired. It's an old oil tank and when I was there the guy showed me the sludge in the oil filter. So he cleaned that out and it's working now. So that's good. And then the bathroom was running in the smaller bathroom and Kevin actually went to Home Depot, got a thing and fixed it. So that's good.
Okay.
There is a broken trail sign down that we plan on repairing. So I think it looks like it was hit by the town low and more, you know. So we'll repair that.
Is
I
that
didn't
for
even put that on.
the is that for that reading trail sign or what kind of trail sign are you talking about?
I'm talking about like 10 years ago, a scout had made named trail signs, like
Mhm.
Pond West Trail and all those things, and it got knocked over, and you can see that's rotting at the bottom. I should have put that in my report, but and rotting on the bottom, so we'll either cut it shorter, put it in as is, or try to take off the names and put them on a new appropriately sized post. We'll see how that goes,
Okay.
but we're doing that. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that was our first thing under old business. Just any other building
Mhm.
and grounds concerns that you have?
No, we making do with
Good.
what we have. Spring is coming, so we'll be outside a lot. We're starting to implement the Trumbull ARPA, um, the I hate to say the words, but climate change program in the schools. Um, we started in Bridgeport and we're getting very good feedback. We're doing a more sophisticated survey system, so we're getting more feedback and we're getting all great feedback and comments from the teachers and how they love it and all this. So and then so next week starts Trumbull, which
Right.
was funded by the town of Trumbull. So see how that goes. Yep.
I have a
Um,
question about the post. If we could go back to the post,
Sure. Yeah.
is there, I know if it's great that you guys are going to be willing to work on that, but I
yeah,
wonder
because
if
we installed
all,
it. The patrons installed it. It wasn't a town project ever, so
no, but if a town plow goes into someone's mailbox, Public Works will come and replace it.
we have to pick and choose what we ask for. And
Okay.
so since this is something that we installed, I don't have a problem with us doing it.
Okay.
It's minimal cost and I wouldn't worry about it, but thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that's fine. Excuse me. Um,
How
yeah.
did the state, how did TNAC fare with the state appropriations?
Oh, we're not in there. Nope. Yeah. No. Um,
So when's the last of the money coming in from the state? Is it this month
so
or
so
this
the,
quarter?
so luckily we got that $100,000 from the state prior. We got it all up front, so they can't take it
Oh,
back.
oh, good. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
that was
Okay.
$100,000, right? The $35,000 from Deep, I did get an email saying it was me and some other organizations, and I called her up and asked her. She said that the state is looking to claw back funds,
Mm-hmm.
promised funds, but she said that we need to, which we had a plan to do this anyway, to spend all the funds by June 30th, 2025. She goes, you can't let it roll over. I can't promise that you get the money. So that's what we were doing. That's what we planned on doing. So there's no change there. We're just kind of trying to get our invoices in quicker just in case, because, who knows?
Is
Excuse
she
me.
able to tell you how much they were going to take back so that you don't overspend the amount, or do they intend to give you the whole 35?
No, they've been, they intend to give us the whole 35 as long as it's by June 30th. No, there
Okay.
was no amount. They, at one, but she did say that like a while ago that they wanted to take the whole thing back, but she said, no, you can't do that. It's already spent. She told them. So
That's great. That's a good advocate right there.
yeah. Cool. Hmm. So, I mean, it's all set, but that was all ARPA money. So we knew it was going to be gone.
Mhm.
And then as far as new funds, I mean, I met with Sarah Kitt, Representative Sarah Kitt, had a conversation in person with Sujata Gadkar Wilcox. Oh, the letter. You want to bring
Yeah,
up the letter? And then there's this letter that we're talking about. I guess we can move that segues right into that if you want to discuss that.
sure. So Olia looping you in, Jack, myself, Cheryl, and Kevin met to reach out to Dave Retigliano to thank him for his attendance to the meeting and to thank him for his support and to clue him in on the initiatives that TNAC fills that also align with his support in Harvard.
Mhm.
And so there has now been 3 drafts of the letter. Kevin has put his spin on it, and I like it. I only just a point of writing, which I think can be offline, is I think there just needs to be a transition between thanking him coming to the meeting and then jumping into how to support TDAC. That was just my overall just transition of like 2 sentences of how he could support us. But I think it was great in the way that he pointed out TNEC's initiatives and connected them to what he supports in Harvard. That was a lot of research and really thoughtful connection.
That's great.
Mhm.
I'm glad for his support. I'm sorry, when did this happen?
He came to the annual meeting and we're preparing a joint letter from the commission and the patrons of TNEC.
Understood. Thank you.
And I saw Kevin's email this afternoon. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. So I'll read it right after this meeting and I'll respond.
Okay. There is one thing that he said, for example, the Improving Outcomes for Youth IO Youth Program appears to align with TNEC's mission. I looked into that after he sent that, and I don't think that exists anymore. So I think that's going to have to come out.
Or if Dave supported it, it could be we support and whatever.
We don't know that he supported it. He just randomly looked, I think, on the internet. It's my guess. We don't know that we know that Dave supported the legislation mentioned in the first paragraph, but then in the second paragraph, he mentions how specifically we would be interested in meeting with you to discuss how TNAC might benefit from state programs. For example, the Improving Outcomes for Youth program appears to align with TNAC's mission, but that's not in the budget. So
We can work through that offline and
yeah, exactly.
fine.
Other than that,
But
I think that's great.
it will sign. I'm imagining it's going to be Jack's name and commission as the commission chair, and then Kevin's
Yeah.
as the president of the patrons, and Cheryl with her role as the director.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to be representative of us because we're all collaborative and a team to see TNAC thrive.
Okay. The third item under old business, we were just talking, I think, kind of talking about the grants opportunities. Is there anything you'd already kind of mentioned that anything new or beyond what you've already mentioned?
We haven't, we're applying now.
Yeah, it's tough.
We thought we were working with someone to find grants for us, but we're not having a successful relationship with her. And so I'll just leave it at that for now. So we're kind of starting at square one. But I've been looking and I've seen some possibilities, but it's going to be corporations and foundations that were looking for funding because the government is, as you, I'm sure you're
Yeah.
aware, is not going to be the source moving forward. And everybody's going to be looking for funding from foundations and corporations. So
Yeah.
it's a tough one. Yeah. So
The old business, we had talked whether the Nature Commission, was there supposed to be a member of the Nature Commission on the board? Did that come up at your annual meeting? Did we
it,
get any clarification on that?
yeah, we removed it. The patrons decided it wasn't necessary and they removed it from their charter. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
So we can take that off
Yeah.
our agenda.
Mhm.
Is there any new business? Anything we need to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Not on my end.
Okay. Emily,
Mm-hmm.
any thoughts? We're good. No, no really new business. Then I guess the only other item there is just our next meeting is scheduled for July 17th. I'm going to check my calendar real quick. I think that should be good for me. Is that good for
It's June. It's June
June?
17th.
June. Thank you. I
Yeah,
misspoke.
even better. That's even better.
Yeah, that should be fine.
This year, I should be able to make all of the remaining meetings. I'm going to knock on wood right now, but right now, I think I can do all of them.
All right. Is there anything else we need to discuss? Okay, then I guess we're done. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
And motion.
Second?
Second.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you in June.
Yep.
Good night,
Thanks
everybody.
All